There is no such thing as no movement. There is always movement. There is no such thing as no contact. There's always communication with you and your mirror soul. I want to share something just to inspire you. One of my clients emailed me some progress that she's having with her mirror soul. The last time she had heard from him was back in January. It is now June. But I just wanted to share what she just experienced, which is just more proof just to inspire you. This is just meant to inspire you, not for you to compete or compare yourself, but just to realize that your circumstances are not unique. Okay. Your life is just reflecting who you believe you are and your concepts of yourself and love, relationships, money, health, particular specific people, men, women. It's all being reflected back to you. That's all. So your personal matrix of beliefs is what makes up your life's experience. That being said, all infinite potentials have always existed. Okay. And so you're becoming aware of this now. And so maybe you need to be patient with yourself because when you shift your programming from believing in your five senses and depending on your experiences as your proof in your reality, this can come with some growing pains. So just be gentle with yourself. I did a live session a couple of years ago where I was saying the caterpillar who's crawling on the ground, looking up in the sky and seeing the beautiful butterfly spread their wings, wishes they were the butterfly, is already the butterfly, right? So, and when they go through the metamorphosis of changing and they're in the cocoon, I am 100% sure that if they do have sensations that they feel, I don't think that that feels good. So just allow yourself to continue to be very faithful to what's in your heart and soul. Allow yourself to conform, transform, and change from within. But if you continue to do the things like seeking outside of you, believing that there's no movement, then your reality, which is just your past being shown to you, you're kind of in this loop of because you're trusting now in the effect when the cause is within you. Okay. Does this make sense? I hope that it makes sense. I intend that it does. So I love sharing these things to inspire you. And I also love giving you guys free lessons on the channel. It makes me feel good. I love giving back. And I also love seeing that even without coaching, people end up back together with their specific person. I just saw another comment under another recent video this morning that after 10 months, I don't remember the person's username, after 10 months of being blocked everywhere, he's not blocked anymore. She's not, they are not blocked anymore. I don't know. I don't remember whether they were a he or a she. Okay, so this really makes me happy. It's a blessing and a gift for me to see all of you love yourselves, tap into that power of unconditional love, which is pure, and love is God. And if it's not God and if it's not love, then it doesn't matter. Okay. So don't give your energy and don't dwell and don't ruminate on the things that you don't desire anymore. You want to withdraw your awareness from those things and then stay faithful to what it is that you do want. And then dwell in that, ruminate on that, and just trust that, just like with the butterfly, you are already, you're already in the relationship with your person. It may not be solidified in your current experience in life, but that already exists. So I was really missing my mom. I live 2 hours away now. You guys know I manifested this home. So I've been wanting to see her and just spend some time with her. But there's something with I manifested, and I like to mention this not to brag, just because I don't want you to think that you can't have the things that you truly desire. I manifested years back a Range Rover Evoque actually a couple times. So anyway, I love my car. There's something wrong with there's a wheel bearing thing. So I can't drive long distance. I was thinking about wanting to see my mom, like I was saying. And my mom is part of my inner work, as well as my mirror soul, as well as with the dogs and my health and all of that great stuff. Everything that I really love in my life, it's all part of my inner work faithfully in the morning and then all throughout the day. So I always, imagine conversations and different things with my mom. It was funny because before I moved, I used to imagine her and I outside of my old place that I lived. But now with this desire of really, really, truly wanting to see her because I miss her, but in just currently, I need to drop the car off and stuff to get fixed. So I just naturally, in my inner work, when I was imagining us having an inner conversation, I imagined us seeing each other, smiling and hugging in the driveway of my home, and seeing her here in my home because the last time she was here was when we were buying the house. And so she hasn't seen it since she sees me every day, but she hasn't seen it in person since all of this. So I just started to naturally, not forcing anything, just naturally in my inner work, I started to just imagine this. So after a little bit of time, I don't know how much linear time passed, she tells me out of nowhere, I'm going to ask your brother if he'll take me to visit you. I miss you and I want to see you. Instead of you coming out here, we'll come out there. So I was thrilled. I was so happy. They ended up coming over. We had a wonderful time. When I was doing that imaginary inner conversation and seeing us spending time together because that's what I was desiring, it's not that I was somehow manipulating or controlling or sending thoughts from my mind into my mother's mind and then into my brother's mind to make them come to me. It's that that already existed and I was becoming aware of it because it's something that it's what I truly wanted. So I just naturally felt into it. And I believe that's what happens when you first met your true love, your mirror soul, your specific person, before all of your baggage was being reflected back to you, which was a good thing, even though it doesn't feel good when it happens. It's like you feel it in the core of you. You can feel it in your heart and soul immediately. You know that your person is the one. We are not solid like we believe, and life isn't just solid. There are infinite potentials happening all at once. It's all existing. There's no past, present, and future. There's only the now moment. Okay. So, anyway, now I'm going to read what my client sent to me. And again, I intend that this inspires you not to give up on your true love, not to give up on yourself, not to give up on who you are, not to give up on your true divine nature or your true love or anything else for that matter that you have in your heart and soul because it already exists. If you want to become a best-selling author, a musician, a Grammy Award winning musician, an Oscar winning film director or actor or actress, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, an artist. If you feel it in your heart and soul, it doesn't matter how hard you think it's going to be. It already exists and you already have everything within you. It's already within you because it already exists. Okay. Anyway, let me get into this. Hi, Kim. I just wanted to share an update again since our first conversation. So that was our first session. I heard from my mirror soul for the first time since January. He sent a brief message apologizing and saying he had just received my messages. This is interesting. Saying that he just received my messages and voicemails while in flight. I'm assuming he did an update on his phone or something. I was shocked. It felt so surreal. He said, "Hey, sorry, I just got hit with all of these messages and voicemails, and I'm flying and landing in 2 hours." I texted back, "Oh, well, hello. Oh, goodness. Well, have a safe flight if this goes through." And then with a little laugh, I honestly assumed he might call later last night, but then I haven't heard anything yet. What's been interesting is that instead of spiraling, I've spent the day focusing on myself, staying grounded, and continuing the inner work that we've discussed in our session. I've been choosing to remain in the feeling of love rather than fear, and I felt surprisingly powerful after hearing from him. It felt like a significant shift after months of silence. So that shift happened to her within her first, and then it got reflected back to her through her mirror soul, suddenly getting all of her messages. Imagine that from January, all of the messages that she was sending, he never even received. But then once she went and she did the deeper inner work, somehow, whether it was that he did an update on his phone or whatever it was, all of her messages, like literally, he got flooded with all of her messages and he responded right away while he was still in flight. So for her, I understand this seeing this beautiful evidence reflected back to her felt like the shift, but the shift actually happened within her and then it got reflected back to her. I thought that that was important to mention. So, anyway, I'm allowing things to unfold naturally rather than trying to force an outcome, regardless of what happens next. I feel different than I did even 2 weeks ago. Having more faith and trust in God and within myself. I will book another session soon, but I wanted to share this update since it's only been about 2 weeks since we started working together, and I've already noticed meaningful changes in how I'm responding and showing up. And having him text thinking this whole time I was being rejected, but it was his phone the whole time. Totally different perspective. Okay. So just want to leave you with this. There is no such thing as no movement. There is always movement. There is no such thing as no contact. There's always communication with you and your mirror soul. You shift through maintaining living from the embodied state of living from the end. Okay. And then remember that all potentials exist. You're simply choosing and selecting and then continuing to stay with this decision of what you want with your person. So receive the message down below. I know that all of my desires exist. Me and my true love each other deeply. Our life together is harmonious, stable, and secure. I love you guys so much. Reach out to me if you need me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.